Hey guys, it is Kayla Waller with Waller Adventures, and today I'm going to show you 4 unique ways to use rosemary. So stick around, check it out. So you cook a big meal for your family, you know, like some chicken, and the recipe calls for rosemary. So you go to the store and get the packet of rosemary like this, or you go out to your garden and you get a snip of rosemary off your big, huge rosemary plant, and you have all this extra rosemary left over. What do you do with it? Or you have a big, huge pot of rosemary that's just overflowing. Like my mom Darlene, she's got a big huge thing of rosemary planted outside in her outside garden. Our neighbor at the beach house has a big huge rosemary plant, and it's getting ready to get cold outside and you don't want your plant to die. What do? You can either, if you have it in a pot, you can bring it inside for the winter, or you can preserve it. You can preserve your rosemary either by freezing it in the freezer, or you can dry it by just placing it out in the sun and drying, and it will look something like this. You can see the dried rosemary leaves. But what if you don't want to do any of that? What if you want to make something cool with it? So today I'm going to show you 4 unique ways to use your rosemary. So the first way to use rosemary is rosemary butter. So this one is very, very simple and easy to make. You can make your own butter if you want to, or you can just use some leftover store-bought butter like I got. There's only like a little bit left in there, so I'm just going to use this butter to make my rosemary butter. So the other ingredients you'll need for this is your rosemary, obviously. You'll need a clove of garlic and some black pepper. I'm going to put mine in a mason jar. You can get some cheesecloth or the other cloth, and you can make it into like a brick of butter if you wanted to. Or if you're doing like I'm doing, just using some old butter that you have, or some leftover butter that you have from a recipe, you can put it back in its container. But I'm gonna be a little bougie and put it in a nice little mason jar. All right, so you want to get your butter. I'm gonna scoop it out. You also want your butter at room temperature. Okay, so you need 1 clove of garlic minced. I'm going to do 2 cloves of garlic because I like garlic. Alright, get our garlic in there. Alright, so next you're going to want a pinch of pepper. Then you'll need 1 tablespoon of chopped up rosemary. Using rosemary has a lot of health benefits. I know rosemary's got iron in it. I know it will help you, you know, with like colds and things like that. So rosemary is a great, great spice to use. So is ginger and turmeric. Those are really good as well. Right, chop these up, and then that should be good enough to go. Should be good. Put the rosemary in there. I'll put the rest of this in there so I don't waste it. Uh-oh. It smells really good. Smells really good. It looks really good. You can see. You see all the rosemary in there. You can smell the garlic in there. All right, and it's just as simple as that. I'm going to put it in my mason jar, and I'm going to stick it right in the fridge. And voila, you got your rosemary butter. Alright, so we got our rosemary butter made. It looks really good and it smells really good. So I'm going to stick it in the fridge, and we will enjoy it on some good toast with some spaghetti. So the next thing you can make with your leftover rosemary is apricot rosemary jam. So this recipe actually calls for some canning. So if you have some canning experience, this one is a good one. I like apricot jam, but I've never had it with rosemary in it, so this will be a cool experience. Alright, so I got my apricots. As you can see, I got my 4 mason jars, and I got my other ingredients that go along with it. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sanitize my mason jars. Actually, I don't have a canning pot per se. I normally use like a normal pot, but I'm actually going to try it in the Dutch oven today. So I'm going to take all of my parts and pieces, stick them in the Dutch oven, and I'm just going to slowly fill it up with water. You want to make sure everything is covered with water. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm actually going to put it on this burner. I'm going to wipe some of that water off that splashed out. Alright. Then I'm going to set it to medium. And then once it starts boiling, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. But while that is doing what it's supposed to do, sanitizing everything, we'll go ahead and make the apricot rosemary jam. Alright, so we need 4 cups of mushed up apricots. I got 7 of them, so we will see how well this goes. Get the stickers off of them. So I'm going to mush up the skins and everything else in there. If you don't want to use the skins, you don't have to, but that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I found it easier to use my hand. Alright. That is like roughly 2 cups. Which is cool. I'm not going to be able to do exactly 2 cups, but it's alright, so I got my apricots in the pot. Have it on the stove. I don't have it turned on yet for this. The only thing that is on is for the mason jars to get sterilized. Then you'll need juice of 1 lemon. But since I didn't use the 4 cups of apricot, it's roughly 4 cups. I'm just going to do 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Also, the recipe calls for 2 cups of sugar. That's a lot of sugar, but I get it. You want to make it sweet. But apricots should be sweet as it is. So I'm actually using agave. I'm actually using a tablespoon of agave because this is sweet. It's all natural agave. So we're going to put it in there. Alright. And now we need 3 tablespoons of chopped rosemary. So I'm going to go do that, then we'll put it in the pot. Alright, so here's the last one. Boom. Alright, I'm actually going to put, the recipe doesn't call for it, but I'm actually going to put a smidge of water in there to help it boil a little bit. Alright. So, turn it on medium. Once it starts boiling, you need to let it boil for about 7 to 15 minutes. You can see that our sanitation section is starting to boil. So I'll get the stuff out for that. Alright, so I got my tools out for my canning. So this tool, you put it around the top and it helps you tighten the lid down a little bit more. You got a magnet, so that way you don't touch the top of the mason jar, like the lid, so you'll keep it sanitized. And you got your funnel to funnel your jam or whatever you're canning into your mason jar. Then I got my little poker thingy. It tells you, it says 1 inch and like 1/2 inch and 1/4, 3/4. So that way it tells you how far deep down it is in the mason jar. And it also, like, you can use this in to get the bowls out. Then you got your tongs to grab your stuff out with from your water. And the most important one is this. So once they're in your canner, or if you're doing it like I'm doing it, I'm boiling it, you can go like this and pick up your mason jars out of it. So they're starting to boil a little bit. So once they really start to boil, we'll go ahead and put 10 minutes on that. And then we will take care of the jam and get it going. Alright, so our apricot jam is starting to boil a little bit. Get it mushed. Keep mushing it down. I'm trying to like chop it up a little bit more as well. goes. It's starting to look more like a jam now, not like chunks of apricot. Alright, I got the vent on because there's a lot of steam going on. But that's starting to boil, so I have it in there for 10 minutes. This has been boiling for maybe about 7 minutes. I'm going to let it go a little longer to get some of the bigger chunky pieces out. But once it is done doing what it's supposed to do, I'll set it off to the side and let it cool. And then we'll get these going. Alright, so I kind of got like the chunks, as much of the bigger chunks out of it as I can. I'm going to let it sit here and boil for another 5 minutes. I'm going to keep stirring it. And then I'm going to set it off to the side. Alright, so it's been sitting here about 5 minutes. I'm going to set it off to the side. I'm going to turn that burner off. And the mason jar's got about 3 minutes left. So once they're done, I'll pull them off to the side and show you how I do that. Alright, so you can see I've got my towel laid out. That's what I'm going to put my mason jars on. I have a little pad where I have my jam sitting over here. So let's pull out the mason jars. So the key is to not touch them with your hands because then it will contaminate them. So that's why I have the tongs to grab them. Alright, so I got all my mason jar stuff out. I have a feeling I'm not going to use all 4 of them, which is fine. I'd rather sanitize more than I need instead of going, oh crap, I need more mason jars. And now I have to sit here and wait an extra 10 minutes, you know, to get things going. Alright, so all my stuff is sanitized, ready to go. This is kind of cooled off enough. I might only use 2 jars, we'll see. So the water that I just pulled them out of is still boiling because I'm going to stick these right back in. Alright, so I got my little thingy there to put on top of my mason jar. I'm just going to drop it in. But you can get any kind of size mason jars. These are pint ones. You can get like bigger ones. I think there's smaller ones than these too. Alright, so you can see it's in there. I'm going to pack it in there and get all the bubbles out. So you don't want to fill it all the way up to the top. Alright, so you got all the bubbles out and everything. You want to take your rag and wipe the edge off with some water. Like so, so it will stick. And you're going to take your magnet, pop your lid on, like so. Stick it on there. And you're going to take your other part of the lid and put it on there. You want to put it on there finger tight. It will work. There it goes. Now it is ready to go back into the boiling water. Now you got 2 that are ready to be canned. Got 1. You got 2. I gotta put some more water in there because it's gotta cover up the top. You can hear it pop. Alright. So both of them are covered. And then I'm going to put the lid on there. Once it starts boiling again, I'll leave it there for about 10-15 minutes. Depending on what you have and like the size of your mason jar, you might have to leave it in there longer or not as long. But yeah, we'll leave these in there for about 15 minutes once it starts boiling. All right. Alright, so we have our 2 cans of the apricot rosemary jam. We'll let them cool. You'll know when they are sealed when the tops pop. They pop back in. When I put them in the water, you can hear the tops pop up. But yeah, they're pretty much good to go now. Pretty hot still. Yeah. Once they cool down, I'm gonna put a label on them like this. You can see it says like the item, the time, the date, and you can initial it and use by. But what's cool about these is they are dissolvable. So once you're done using your mason jar and you wash them out, the label will just dissolve right off of it in the water. So once these cool off, we'll put one in the pantry, and then we'll open up one of them and we will taste it, and then we'll stick it in the refrigerator. All right, so the next two things to do with rosemary are not edible. The next one is actually a mosquito repellent, so I'll show you how to make that. Okay, so for this one, you're going to need some lemons and limes. You're going to need like a mason jar, any size will do. 3/4 cup of water. I got some lavender essential oils. I also got a little bit of lemon juice I'm going to put in there. You need your rosemary and you need a candle. All right, so with your mason jar, you're not going to really need the top of it. All right, so you want to put in your limes and your lemon like that. I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple of drops of lavender like so. And put a little bit of lemon juice. And you're going to need 2 sprigs of rosemary. I'm going to try and get my smallest sprigs that I have. I actually might break this one in half. But depending on the size of your jar. Alright, I kind of got a half of one in there. Then you're going to put in your water like so. Like that. Then you're going to want to put in your candle. Let me see if I can smush that down some more. But yeah, you want to put your floating candle on top. And then light it. There you go. Now you got your nice mosquito repellent. So the last thing to do with rosemary is a pretty neat one. It is a face toner, so I'll show you how to make that. Alright, so this one is very, very simple to make. All you need is 2 cups of water, and you'll need 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Alright, I'll give that a little stir. Then you'll need 2 sprigs of rosemary. Here's a sprig. And then I don't really have a full sprig, so I'll put 2 sprigs in there. Put the lid on it. Give it a good stir. And voila. You got your face toner made. Alright, so I'm going to test it out. I'm just going to use my hand real quick. So you're going to want to let this sit, and the longer it sits, the better it will get. It feels good. It feels refreshing. I mean, it doesn't burn. It doesn't do anything. It feels pretty good. It's actually opening up my nose because I'm fighting off a sinus infection right now. But yeah. It feels good. It feels light. It feels airy. It feels cool to the face. But yeah, so this is a really cool cool little thing to make for a nice, easy, organic face toner. It's better than using those other products that are, you get at the store. Alright, so our apricot rosemary jam has cooled off. I stuck it in the refrigerator to cool off some more, so it's nice and frozen and cool when we tasted it. It smells really good. So that's what it looks like. Oh yeah. This is really good. I'm glad I didn't put the sugar in there because it's already sweet as it is. That agave enhanced the sweetness of it, I guess. But it didn't make it too sweet. And the rosemary gives it a nice little extra, like, earthy taste to it. This is really, really good. This will go really great on some toast. So you have your mosquito repellent, your rosemary butter, your apricot rosemary jam, and your face toner. As you can tell, I emptied out 1 container and I got like half a container left of rosemary. So these are like neat little things to do with your rosemary that you have left over instead of just letting it go to the waste, or besides freezing it or drying it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you are, we greatly appreciate it. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. It helps our channel grow. We're also on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And below this video, you can see some of our merch. If you go to the description that's below this video, there's a link to the merch shop so you can check out our other cool Wall of Ventures merch. If you go to Facebook, you can send us a message so you can purchase your very own Wall of Ventures koozie or holographic sticker. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Hey guys, it's me again. If you want to subscribe to your channel, click over here. If you want to check out some more videos, click down there. If you want to check out our cool merch shop, go to the description below and click the link. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.